Good morning, everyone. A beautiful Sunday, Monday, pardon me, excuse me, Monday morning. Beautiful and sunny. It's awesome. Yesterday we had like 20 degrees during the afternoon, walking around in t-shirts. It was awesome. We got some chickens. We put them on the barbecue. They cook for like 3 hours, those things. But it was fun, man. It was fun. So look, I'm not expecting anybody to show up to this thing. I don't expect anybody to be. I expect everybody to be at home with the family. Um, so yeah, it's cool. I'm doing this for myself, for my personal reasons. They say if you can do it on your worst day, then you can always do it. And yeah, this could be one of my worst days of recent time. What are you gonna do? You have to show up to show off. You know what I'm saying? So let's go through this talk to myself and let's chill on a Monday morning. Many people are on holidays today. I am on holiday today. Uh, so enjoy your food with your family. Make sure you eat nice and well. You drink a nice glass of wine. Because if you don't drink it today, when you gonna drink it, bro? You know, time and place for everything. And today is for food and wine and a chat with the family. A little bit of catch up. They're not gonna be there forever. So you have to cherish and enjoy every moment. I feel like I'm saying it to myself, uh, and it is, because I'm the only one here. But anyway, let's go into it, guys. Welcome to the first uh, guy attending to the stream. Uh, Look, and thank you for the like. Uh, Look, I want to put some mass on this year. You see, I'm nice and rounded on my face. A couple of years ago, I would have panicked because obviously I was an endurance athlete and I needed to be nice and slim. So if I weighed this week 62 kilos and I weighed the next week 64 kilos, I would panic. I would absolutely panic and I would cut my food. So my relationship with the scale has always been a funny one because obviously you don't know, but I grew up being a super overweight child. I have an older brother who was always thin as a board, a younger sister. Me, I was the very chubby one, to the point that I believe I weighed 200 pounds or 190 pounds or something like that, around 80 kg anyway, age 12. And I am a short guy now. Back then at 12, I was a little kid, so I was really big, really really big. And I grew up in an era where when today, possibly today, they would say that I had problems with food, some sort of, and possibly I had. But I grew up in an era where all these things, these sort of problems with food, either you eat too much or you don't eat enough, this food disorder, eating disorder. At that time, when I was a kid, my family just thought, well, Vin likes to eat. That was the very simple explanation for my excessive eating. But then, obviously, as soon as I hit like puberty, and I turned 15, 16, because yeah, also when I was super overweight, being overweight wasn't in fashion. I see now, and I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I see overweight women walking around like they own the world, undressed, and I love it. And they are beautiful. They are beautiful. Uh, but I come from an era where overweight women will overdress, wear black, be shy, and boys, me, being extremely big for my size, for my age, um, I was insecure. I was super insecure, and he affected me for a long time. Obviously, no relationship with girls. When I was 13, 14, my friends were starting kissing girls and everything, and not me, nothing. I was the one out because it was too big. Girls wouldn't get anywhere near me. Uh, but then I started uh, having interest in girls aged, because we all grow up different. I remember my friends at age 13, they wanted to kiss the girl, they wanted to hang out with the girls. I wanted to play football. So I started my interest slightly later, because as soon as I really said to myself, yo, I want to hang out with one of these girls. You know what I mean? And I started to feel left out. So I lost weight, aged 15, 16. I lost a bunch of weight. And I had my first girlfriend. And the my little personal revenge was that although my friends maybe had kissed a girl years before me, uh, I had sex before them, because the day after I gave my first kiss, I slept with a girl. Uh, so all my friends were virgin and I wasn't, because as soon as I lost weight, somehow girls liked me. I thought I was ugly, terrible. I thought I smelled bad. I thought I had all sorts of problems. I thought I was a kid. But I lost weight. I said, wow, I might not have all these problems, you know? But anyway, um, all this to tell you, I can talk about being overweight, about losing weight, about putting on muscle. To me, it was extremely satisfying, because I was a fat kid, 3 times fat. I was uh, diagnosed obese by doctors, but it wasn't like now. Back then you would go because you had temperature. You would go, and the doctor will say to your mom, uh, "Mrs. Whatever, your son is obese." That was it. No, I wouldn't do that. Thank you very much. If you sent me over like $1,000, €1,000, maybe I could. I guess farting is not difficult. But if it was a joke, it's funny. Um, uh, it's really funny. Actually, put me off. Well done. Uh, so, and it will smell horrible, mate. Uh, with all the things that I ate, with all the wine that I drank, I don't think it would be a great experience. I don't know. You can't argue with taste, right? Taste is taste at the end of the day. But bro, trust me, you don't want to be doing that, bro. Anyway, carrying on. Uh, so for me, growing up, very big boy, very big with crooked teeth. I had all my teeth. I was not really good. I thought I was not really good to look at, you know, um, at all. But thank God, when I lost the weight, things changed quite rapidly for me. So yeah, I always had this relationship with the scale. I was always happy with a lower number, and I would always panic when the number went up. Do you know what I mean? I had some kind of trauma. I don't know how to name these sort of reactions, but I guess if you grew up big, and now you lost weight, you probably have the same feeling. And as crazy as it sounds, when I was 60 kg, because then I started training, I started doing um, ultra events and stuff like that. Um, I got very thin and shredded and abs out and everything. That me, but even though I was like that, I never saw myself skinny in the mirror. I always saw myself with a little bit of fat here, a little bit of fat there, because it was in my muscle memory to just look at myself in the mirror and seeing fat, seeing me overweight. So because of that muscle memory, even though I was thin, and people would tell me, Vin, you're very thin, Vin, you're very fit, Vin, I wouldn't listen to anybody. To me, they were all lying to me. I would always see myself a little bit overweight. I could be this, I could be that. Thank God in time, well, now I'm another man. I'm still the same man actually, but uh, I have kids. Things change. I'm 40 years old. I'm not a kid anymore. I think. I guess. Although I think you're always the same kid, you just with more trouble and experiences. Uh, but yeah, this year, this is the first time ever for me, and I've been in fitness for a long time, but in the opposite direction, trying to be as slim as possible, as fast as possible, as agile. This year, I want to try the other spectrum, the other side of the coin, the mass side of it. So I'm lifting for the first time with the intention on stacking muscle on. So I have to eat, right? And but I don't want to fall in the same trap of getting obsessed with the scale, because the scale, it's an indicator. It's not the whole picture. It's an indicator. Okay, so I weigh myself every once in a while, and I see my number going up and being happy, and I'm like, wow, this world is crazy. I would have never thought that I could weigh myself hoping for the number to be up, ever in my life. Never ever in my life. For aesthetic reason, for a performance reason, I always wanted the number to be lower. Uh, so now I want the number to go up, and I have to tell you, it's awesome. It is awesome. Because personally, I'm a guy that likes eating. I don't. I was big when I was a boy, not because people was sticking food in my mouth. I would feed myself. I come from a Sicilian family where love and affection is demonstrated through food. Right? Your mom loves you. She knows you like that little snack, that little cookie. Yeah? She buys 2 packs of those. She brings them home, and you eat them. You eat everything, and they are happy. They are happy. Right? That's how they show love. This is love. Nobody wanted me to be big and insecure and everything. My family were giving me love, and they came from a different place from me. So for them, showing love and looking after the kid was feeding him. Make sure it was nice and fed. And if he was a little fat, good. Good. Look at my son, nice and healthy. Look at him, big. So it was a different way of looking at things. But hey, to go straight into the thing is, this is the best time of the year to put some decent mass on. Spring is the season of the year where everything happens. Birds start flying around, flies start flying around, flowers start popping from everywhere. There's more light hours. The sun is nice and warm. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. You can walk around with the jumper. The air quality is the best. Everything is perfect for muscle, for mass. Because everything around you, think about it, everything around is growing naturally, right? Naturally, everything you see is growing, right? So it's just a natural thing that this time of the year, right, is the best for us to grow. Because in nature, if you think about it, and I don't really buy into those arguments a lot because I find them silly sometimes. But if you think about it, in nature, the winter is too cold, right? The summer is too hot, right? You would provide as much as you can. You will stock up in this time of the year where animals are out, vegetables grow. You would stock up now. So this is the time of the year where you are meant to be working, meant to be doing. The body responds really well. The sun kissing your skin way more than before is perfect. Uh, so everything is magical in this time of the year. Everything is magical. It's beautiful. So what I'm doing personally, going to me, is I'm eating a little bit more, because I'm aware that if I want new flesh in my body, I have to take them from somewhere, right? My body doesn't produce muscle in its own. You have to ingest those, ingest the food, and the food, because of stress put into the body and the body ability to adapt, the food will be transformed into muscles. Your fat doesn't transform into muscles. It stays there, or you can get rid of it. But losing fat and putting muscles on at the same time, they don't work together. They don't work in the same environment. Okay? So now I'm overeating a little bit because I'm a tiny dude. I don't want to be too big because I think when you're tall, it looks better, but that's personal taste. For my personal taste on myself, too big, I'm too tiny from my point of view. So I need to be nice in proportion. And then I want to, now I'm about 77, 78 kg. Uh, I'm overeating. What I think I am overeating, because I don't want to get too mathematical. I don't pull out the calculator. I don't count the calories like that, because that becomes stressful. Yeah, becomes stressful. Be natural. I overeat. Weigh myself. If the number is the same on the scale of the week before, probably I didn't overeat then. I just maintained. So I add a little bit, and then I go with that. Okay. Now what I'm realizing is that I am at 77, 78 kg, but I weighed myself yesterday, and I've been eating like an animal. You know, I've been eating a lot. It's holiday season, bro. You gotta eat. If you don't eat now, when you eat, right? Uh, but my number's not going up as I thought. You know, I ate like an animal for a week, and I thought maybe it's just, you don't eat for 2 days and they go off, but at least you accumulated something. But now so I think I probably have to eat a little bit more. I have to see, but at the same time I combine it. I combine it with every 3-4 days, twice a week, 45 minutes. That's what I can do. Intense, high intensity training, Dorian Yates style. Warm up set, intermittent. medium set, blast set. 3 sets, low to moderate weight, 12 to 15 reps. Don't get stuck with the reps, just get for the effort. The first set is a warm-up set. The second round, you add a little bit of weight and you aim for 8 to 10 reps. And here we should start to feel some sign of fatigue towards the end. Then you get enough rest, not too much, not you judge yourself. Uh, and on the third set, you blast it out. Okay? So you put a little bit more weight, something that you know will challenge you, and you aim 3 to 5 to 6 reps. Again, the numbers of reps don't mean nothing. Effort, intensity. Okay? Uh, um, do you know what I mean? And that's it. It goes for the chest press. It goes for anything else. Goes for anything else. Me personally, I'm being very very careful with the squats, with the deadlift. Firstly, I don't really need them that much in my life. Secondly, the risk reward is not enough for me. I choose other things that might not be as effective as squats and deadlift, but the risk is not that high, and the compromise works for me. For the upper body, incline, chest press, flat chest press, standing rows, pull-ups, chin-ups, and um, all those things. And my goal is to create a reason for my muscle to receive extra blood in it. And I do that through maintain an isometric concentric contraction, right? So blood gets pulled towards the area, okay? And a controlled and slow negative phase of the exercise, right? So you pull blood in the area desired. This is literally what it is. You pull blood in the desired area through an isometric contraction, and you got to be there with your mind and willingly, intentionally want it. You have to be there with. You got to create that mind muscle, because connection. Because without it, you will obtain half of the results. Because you probably going what they call you're going through the motion. You don't want to go through the motion. You want to be in the motion. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling blood in a certain area, and then I stretch it. Right? I look for that stretch. And you hear Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about this a lot. If you look it up when he talks about training. Arnold, what he says is very simple. He says, doesn't matter how you get to stress in the muscle. If for you works with the heavy weight, for you work the high repetition, it does not matter. As long as you create stress in the muscle. Yeah, I wanted to say something else, but I just lost my thought for a second. So if you learn through the breathing, because what you want to do is to breathe in through the negative phase, breathe out on the positive, and keeping breathing out on the isometric contraction, in the concentric contraction. Breathing out like you're flexing it. You are pushing blood in that, and then again breathe out, breathe in on the negative. So if you are present with the head, with the breathing, and with the motion, that is where you get maximum gain from a workout. And that is the reason some people can get away with 45 minutes twice a week and become massive. And some people train so much, but they don't because they keep going through the motion. Because intense training, it's intense, it's not funny. You enjoy it because I personally enjoy putting myself in uncomfortable position. I like it, right? But at the same time, it's not fun while you do it because you're always super fatiguing the muscle. So you're breathing heavy. It's tiring. It's difficult because if it wasn't, you wouldn't get any adaptation. If it's not difficult, why the body would adapt? What is the body adapting to then? For the body to adapt, it has to be something difficult. Because if the body can't do it, then there's no need to change. And the body don't do things that are not necessary. Because the body, sole purpose of the body is preserve life. The very same way that if you put your arms here, right, and if you don't move it for a week, right, you won't be able to move it. You would lose all your muscle conditioning, or your ability to move it, all your connection, brain muscle connection. You will lose everything. You'll lose your arm. If we're like this, dead like this, maybe a week not, but long enough, your body will not use that arm because it's not necessary. And the sole purpose of the body is preserve life. So it does the best it can in the less possible because it can't waste energy. The body don't waste energy. So if you want adaptation, you have to create the environment for it to be necessary, right? The body can do different. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And a little to close up. I hope somebody liked and subscribed, uh, and enjoying the content. I'm not making any of these things up. I've studied the best body. I'm repeating what the best bodybuilders of all time say. I'm not inventing anything. Um, one thing about the shoulders, because you see, uh, the shoulder presses, the press, it has an element to it because you might have the need to push something above your head. So there is a reason to do it, okay? But for width and the growth of the shoulder is not the most effective. The most effective exercise for shoulder is lateral raises. Small weight, I don't know the weight, you choose the weight for yourself, but lateral raises with different wrist orientation so you get the back cap of the deltoids or the front cap of the deltoids. Go watch some videos out. But lateral raises for width, because the lateral raise work, the lateral cap of the deltoids, if that grows, obviously your frame grows, you get wider. Okay, those presses, they should be done very seldom or maybe not done at all, uh, because they're very dangerous for the shoulders. Yeah. So yeah, lateral raises with the elastic, and and things like that. I'm very careful with overworking the chest and the shoulders themselves, because the first thing to give are those little muscles inside the shoulder that are part of the rotatory cuff. They're a very tiny, very important muscle stabilizers for the shoulders, but they're also very prone to inflammation. As a matter of fact, all the people that I know have problems with shoulders. All of them. and I've had problems with my shoulders for a long time. So you have to be extremely careful with that. Uh, but other than that, blast it out. This is the best time of the year to train. So I'm gonna train. I'm looking to get bigger and stronger. I'm going on holidays end of June, and I'm looking to be nice, big, but at the same time shredded. I want to look nice and strong. You will say, why, Vin? Just because. Because my body, I feel like my body is my little laboratory. You know, I experiment. I've obviously overfed it on my childhood. During my childhood, I ate like an athlete for a long period of time. I I've tried cut all the diets out there, and I'm telling you this, yeah, I'm telling you this. Why do you put? I mean, there's no reason for all this stress. The way your mom fed you, 90% of the time, just continue with that, and that's it. That's it. Use your common sense, right? Anyway, guys, God bless you. Thank you for the likes. I hope I got some subscribers. This really cheered me up, and I appreciate everybody. Check my link in my channel description. You see my paintings. I paint, and they are my original paintings. So check them out if you wanna put a nice original paint on a wall in your house. I might have the painting for you. If you like the style, graffiti and a little bit messy, uh, very underground, I might be the guy. For the rest, guys, keep training. This is the best time of the year. Please make sure you do whatever you want, first of all, right? Because nothing feels better than when you do whatever you want. Wrong, good, who gives? Nobody. Nobody cares. Wrong, good. Do it with your head and you'll be satisfied. Um, who's Artie Bucco from Soprano? Yes, I am Italian, and I guess I might look like somebody from The Sopranos because we all look alike a little bit, right? Mediterranean people, we all look alike. You know, I don't mind being associated with an actor. You know, could be. If you look at Greece, Italy, Spain, Turkey, what else? Yeah, we all look alike. We all look alike. We all look very similar. So, but I don't know. Is Artie Book? Is he good looking? No, don't cry, man. Don't cry, bro. Uh, you are aware that that was a TV series? Yeah, that was fake. Yeah. No, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Are you a man? I guess you're a man. Are you a man or a woman? Manhattan F1. Manhattan, whatever. I'm a trans. Oh, bro. What side? Do you like men or women? You don't like nothing. Anyway, you know what? I don't give a fuck what you do. Guys, I appreciate your presence. I hope you like and subscribe. And God bless. Right? I like the fact that somebody, it's I don't have any problem with trans people. Actually, they all been very nice to me. Actually, the gay community love me, and I love them back. That is about it for me. I don't know nothing about it, bro. I don't understand. Man to woman or woman to man? What is it? Yo, tell me, are you man to woman or woman to man? But I guess you have to. I don't know. I trans from beta man to alpha man. So you're a man. You're a man, right? I'm telling you something straight, bro. I never looked at another man and gave him a rate like you were a 5 or a 6. You gave me 5 or 6. Say I'm a man. All right. All right. That's why you gave me from 5 to 6. Because if you were gay or a trans, you could give me an 8 or 9. Seriously. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's just a fact. I don't know. What is it? Most are not homeless and in the woods. Yeah. Good on you, man. Good on you. Good on you that you're not homeless. God bless you and everybody else. But not too good that you're not in the woods. Being in the woods like I am now, it doesn't mean that I'm homeless, man. I live in a beautiful place with a lot of green around me, man. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. Anyway, man, I'm enjoying the conversation, bro. Don't worry about nothing, man. There's all love. It's all love, man. Do you have any life advice for a 26 years old guy? Nah, man. Nah, man. I think this, if you have the fortune to have uh, a a father and a mother that are present, look for the answer in them. Brother, Manton, whatever, Nathan, I call you Nathan. Call you Nathan, man. You are extremely funny, bro. I'm seriously loving it. Because I have been considering going to Turkey. Check this out. This is a mess. So I am full aware of my air situation. And I have been thinking about going to Turkey. But I'll tell you what put me off there, bro. First of all, and this is serious, yeah? Seriously. I have thought about it. Because it's close by. It's not super expensive. It can be done. But they told me that your head swell up a lot and you have to sleep upside down, and they give you a lot of painkillers and all those things, and your head hurts, you know. And I was, damn, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that. What do you think? It looks like trouble, man. And a major plus, a major thing about it, it's not guaranteed. Do you know what I mean? Uh, it's not guaranteed that it works. Did you know that? So you may go through the whole thing, you spend their money and everything, you come back home and this thing don't stay on. Serious, this is true. Because I don't know why, but it may not work. And there are many people that happen to. No, actually, I think it's the camera, bro. I got big head. More than anything, man, I don't want to take all those medicines. I don't want to take all those pharmaceutical drugs. I don't want to, only if necessary. And if I'm honest with you, if I want, I can shave and I look much more presentable. And yeah, and I don't care that much. Yeah, it's not a big deal to me, man. I'm not a big deal to me. I'm 40, man. I'm 40. Right? Half of the men are bald at my age. So I just fit the average, and it's perfect to me. My friend, go check my previous streamings. I speak about my family all the time. I love my family. So if you're interested, you go check it out. Okay? Do you have a family? Do you have a family? Do you have a girl? Callum, man, you know what I'm saying? Just go to your roots, man. Don't listen to strangers. Do you know what? The number one advice that I didn't listen to from my family was, and they tell you from a very, very, very young age 5, age 6, they start telling you, don't talk to strangers, right? And that actually means don't listen to strangers. So I feel like this. I entertain conversations with everybody. You can tell me that you saw an elephant flying, uh, and it wouldn't affect me. Because I entertain conversation with people. I love to meet people, to listen to people, to talk to people. That is not even true, but don't mind it. But listening is different. You know, following a strange lead is different. You know what I'm saying? So you go back to your roots, man. If you have the fortune to have a granddad that looked after you, a grandmother that looked after you, go find the what you want to do from them, because the answer is probably there. You know? My story, man. But anyway, man, I love to meet you, Callum, and Nathan. Yeah, the trans guy. Yeah. Thank you, Callum, bro. I I conduct a decent life, I have to say. I don't. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm decent. I'm standard, bro. Standard. I got family, kids. Standard. I love. I love fitness. I love boxing, MMA, football, bodybuilding, the woods, my dogs. And that is it, man. Yeah, man. What I can do, no, I can't do nothing, man. I'm lying to you. But if you train, yeah, I can give you some tips. I don't want nothing back, bro. I'm cool, man. I'm chill. Look at me. Do I look like I need anything? But I love training. I've been training people for a long time. If you want to get stronger, let's go. Let's go. You know. Thank you for the subscribe. I got 5 likes. I'm loving this. You see? And remember this. If you really want to do something, you have to do it on your worst day. If you can do it on your worst day, bruh. Bruh. I mean, today I woke up, you know what I mean? I got a couple of, you know, things that happen to, I'm not special. Things that happen to everybody. But yeah, I said, you know what, let me force myself, because if I can do it today, then I'm certainly going to be, it's going to be easy for me going forward. And I'm pleased. You know, pleased. Brother Callum, do you train? Do you lift, brother? Mate, is anybody training these days? What are we doing, man? Is anybody trying to get stronger here or what? Anyway, I love, because I said it's getting hot in here. I've trained a lot. I've trained intensely for a long period of time, for a prolonged period of time. I suffered some serious injuries. I have hernias in my neck. Got 2 hernias. Right, let me break it down to you, Callum. Callum Luke 37, brother. With press up, I want to believe you mean push-ups, yeah? This, right? Is that right? On the floor, you push yourself up and down. Is that right? Don't do that if you just started training. Push-ups are the most overlooked thing. People don't train for years. Oh, I've done some push-ups yesterday. Do you want to destroy your shoulders? Do you want to destroy your shoulders? What's your weight? I'm 70. I'm 160 pounds. So you haven't trained in years, yeah? And the first thing that you do, you put 160 pounds on your shoulders? I mean, how does that make sense? I'm not trying to be funny, yeah, look. Callum, sorry. I'm just me thinking out loud, yeah? I'm not trying to be patronizing in any way, shape, or form. If you don't know, you don't know, right? But without being a trainer, without being qualified or anything, yeah? You don't train for years, and the first thing you do, you put 160 pounds press on your shoulder. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. It does not make sense. It just doesn't. If you are starting, right? You haven't trained in a long time. Best thing you can do, right? Little weights. Little weight. Something that you are comfortable with moving, right? It's something that can allow you to learn the movement, the range of motion, how to touch the muscle, how to get the stretch. You can't do that with an heavy weight, because the heavy weight is, you can't move it around quickly. You can't, you know. So you get little weights. So I want to assume you did push-ups. So your target probably was your chest, right? Okay. Unless you do them in a certain way, the push-ups, and again, don't do them, but unless you do them in a certain way, they target a lot your triceps and your shoulders in a negative way. Okay? So not the chest. So it's better if you want to do the chest, obviously, and a little chest press or other way, uh, to do it, because now you're pressing. If you are 160 pounds and you do your push-ups, right? You pressing a lot of weight. Start with a very little weight. Get the motion in. Get good at it. Or if you go to a gym and there is a machine, people talk bad about the machines. I love the machines, because with the machines you can teach how to a person how to connect the brain to the muscle. Famous brain muscle connection that you have to build 100%. So you get to the machines. In the meantime, your muscle is more conditioned. You're getting stronger. Then you got to mix and match it, right? You expose it to stretch, because again, you have to push blood in a place and then stretch. You're pushing blood in a way, in a place, and you get the stretch, right? Um, so a push-up for me is a no-no. Like is running for an overweight person that want to lose weight. I go running tomorrow, mate. You 30 pounds overweight, mate. Where do you want to go? Why do you want to destroy your knees like that? Why do you want to eat? For what? For burning 500 calories, and then you come back home, you eat 1,200 because you're gonna be hungry, right? So you went out running, you destroyed your knees, or you perhaps you're damaging your knees, and you're overeating, so you put it on weight. Didn't It's not even serving the purpose of losing weight. Am I making sense, or I'm crazy? Callum, am I making sense, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, the best is fast walking. You know, walk fast, not impact on the knees. You break a good sweat. You breathe, guys. Everything is an excuse to breathe. Breathe. We can't do nothing without breathing. Nothing can be done without breathing. Nothing ever, at all time. 24/7, 365, never breaks. You can never do anything without breathing. Never, ever. Never. You can't, life is not even sustained without breathing. Right? But then I see people lifting 100 kilos, holding their breath, they're not breathing. What's wrong with you? You can't take a shit without breathing, but you lift 100 kilos without breathing. So, training, okay, is testing your body against a resistance, breathing throughout it. Find a connection with the desired muscle. Create a relation with that muscle. You hear a lot of people, oh, when I do the chest press, I actually feel, yeah, I can feel, yeah. That's brain muscle connection. Sometimes you get, especially when you start with new clients, you get them to do the press, and you get the angles right and everything right, and then they do the thing, and you ask them, where do you feel, and they don't know. They're like, I don't know, because there's not muscle connection whatsoever. They have for sure the muscle engagement, but they can't recognize it. There's no connection. There's no relationship. That's exactly where I want to be, Callum. You're my brother, yeah? Thank you, Callum. So, do you know what I mean? It happened many times. You do. Where do you feel it? I don't know. My arm? In my arm? I feel it in my arm. There are 100 muscles in the flipping arm. Do you know what I'm saying? So, start slow. It's so boring because it's been said so many times, but it's the truth. Start slow, take it easy. create connection with the muscle, learn the patterns, the range of motions, learn how to breathe throughout, learn how to create connection with the muscle so you can create intensity. Because once you're able to create intensity, the game is won. That's what I wanted to say about Arnold. Arnold was famous because, you know, when he started doing movies and things, you know, he got famous and all that. He had a period of time off from training, like for pure bodybuilding. But people would say that they would see Arnold coming into the gym, do 1 hour, but he had such a body, such a brain muscle connection that he was so capable of getting out of the muscle the desired intensity that 1 hour a week of Arnold was more productive than 5 days of any other people, because he did it for so long. He had such a connection and understanding of his bodies, where he has to move, how he has to move to connect a certain muscle. And he had such a deep knowledge of how the mechanic of his body worked that 1 hour was enough for him, because he was capable of engaging the muscles at will and therefore create intensity at will. Bro, I'm dropping some knowledge, bro. That only if you watch late 70s, early 80s videos. Yeah. You should see me, bro. You know, what? And I'm like, somebody from the outside might, yeah, this is what I'm doing is extremely gay. Because basically, you know, these people are all posing naked with a little perizoma on, you know, with these little things on. And I'm there saying, wow, this is awesome. Look at the form here. And I'm like, bro, this is very gay what I'm doing. You know? Um, but it's my passion. You know? It's my passion. And I watch these videos from the 70s, from the 80s. Uh, and more than anything, I listen to them talking, because if there is one thing that is not right at all, the common perception is big and dumb, right? Big and dumb. Look at that guy, big and blah, blah, blah. The opposite. These bodybuilders are philosophers. They could be doctors or fitness doctors for sure. They are so knowledgeable, so well spoken, so smart and intelligent. You will be surprised. You listen to Arnold speaking, Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, Lee Priest, Frank Zen, Franco Columbo, uh, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, uh, Phil Heath. You listen to them talking, you realize this guy's not dumb. This is the thing that is the absolute opposite of it. This guy is an extremely intelligent individual I got right here in front of me. And his gift is obviously the ability of his body to develop under stress. Not everybody, we are not all the same, but more than anything is their consistency. So when you see a 300 pounds man full of muscles, looking like a living oak, very likely there is a very, very intelligent person inside that body. You'll be like, how does that make sense? It does. Listen to them speaking. Listen to them speaking. They all look like history teachers. I forgot to mention Mike Mensa, Tom Platz. There are so many. They are so well spoken that it doesn't match. The look doesn't. I thought you would walk around and say, no, these guys are intelligent, super intelligent people. So what I soon realized is that if I want to learn how to teach people how to get big, because obviously I was an endurance athlete, so I couldn't get big. I needed to be nice and slim, but at the same time, although I know it's not the same, because when you do something yourself, it's much, much better. I wanted to learn the theory of getting bigger. So even while I was doing Ironman, marathons, ultra marathons, and all that, I was still watching Arnold, Lee Haney. I never watched anybody running. What? There's nothing more boring than watching somebody running, or watching somebody swimming, or cycling. I never watched an Ironman event in my life. I know nothing who wins, who loses. There's nothing more boring than that. So I always followed, and I like their philosophy. I want to know how they trained, how they got to it, what they eat, what they do, because obviously they can do it. They are 300 pounds people of 300 pounds of muscles. So certainly they have an understanding of how to grow muscles. I don't go listen to the skinny teacher that had 5 degrees and never put a single, that's all theory. I listen to the 300 pounds man with 3% body fat. I want to listen to him. I don't care, he's got no degrees, I don't give a shit. I want to listen to him. Does it make sense? That's it. I don't know, I started with this rant. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But then I closed the show with this, is that if you start listening to all these people, if you listen to Lee Priest, to Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dorian Yates, Tom Platz, Mike Mester, you would realize that they have one evident thing in common. They are massive, extremely ripped, and extremely muscular. So they all know how to do it. You put them right there in front of you, you look at them, they all know how to do it. But then you ask one by one, and they all will tell you a different story. Arnold will tell you, for me, it worked superset, intense, long hours, every day. For me, it works like this. You speak to Dorian, yes, no. For me, it works 4 times a week, sorry. For me, it worked 4 times a week, 45 minutes, high intensity, and for me, it worked a lot. If I changed, I lost my mass. Okay. You ask Leanne, no. I used to do this, and that. And then you ask Ronnie Coleman, and he will do powerlifting. And you'll be like, who's right here? Who do I have to listen? Because they're all big and massive. They all for sure know how to do it. But they all tell me a different story. Who do I listen to? Truth of the matter is that different people react to different stimulus. So you gotta go through trial and errors. Even if you find the best personal trainer on the planet, he will have to go through trial and errors with you. Because you may react really well with once a week training, or 4 times a week training, or only this training, or it's your okay. So you would have to slowly but surely find what works better for you. I'm a massive believer in looking at yourself in the mirror and see. You know? But anyway, guys, I gotta go now. Over an hour. I really enjoyed the show. I hope I got some subscribers. I dived deep into this. I wish you all a beautiful day. If you celebrating the holidays, God bless you and your family and enjoy your holidays. And that's it. Have a good day, guys. Yeah, Callum, I hope to catch you again, my brother. Yeah, you take it easy. God bless.